Hey guys, my name is Derek Duga and I'm a PDI tech here at Primeaux RV, and today I'm going to walk you through a Reflection 297 RSTS. So let's get started. On the front end you're going to have an electric jack. On the top, the middle button is going to be a light. It's kind of hard to see, but you have an LED light strip at the bottom. Is going to help you hook up at night in the dark. On top you're going to have your up and your down to undo it from your truck. Now on the inside compartment you're going to have two handles. One of the handles, for some reason, if this jack ever breaks, on the very top you're going to have a rubber piece. You're going to pull that up. This handle fits on the inside. Now it allows you to bring it up and down manually. Here we have the LP bottles. On the front side you'll notice you'll have a crossover. So the way this works is it's pointing this way, you're on this bottle. So once you get there and you're ready to set up, you're going to turn that bottle on. And if you look on the front, it's red. Once you turn it on, it's going to flip to green. You use it, once it's out, it'll flip back to red. Once you're on red, you want to close that bottle. You're going to flip this switch over. Now turn on this bottle, and now you're running on propane again. Back here, you're going to have your battery. So that'll run all your 12-volt stuff. This is not a maintenance-free battery, so you're going to want to pull these caps off. Make sure there's water. If it's low, you want to add distilled water. That way once you're plugged and it's charging, you make sure you're not going to dry it up and blow up the battery. So here in the front compartment we've got a few things to go over. The first thing is going to be on the front wall is your battery disconnect. So if you're going to save this camper for a good period of time and not plug it in, you're going to want to turn this off. That way you cut off everything to your battery except your propane sniffer. Your propane sniffer will be directly wired to your battery, but this will cut everything else off. That way you won't drain your battery. So on this side, on the bottom side, you're gonna see a little cutout. This is where you're gonna run your wires through. That way you can close your door, and what that would be for is here. If you want to put a TV, a lot of people like to set up a TV here. You'd have 110 plugs here. You have a cable plug and a satellite plug. Also on top you have a light. You can notice you're going to have a little eye on this side. That's a sensor. So on the switch, if you put it on number 1, the light will stay on all the time. If you put it on number 2, that's when it becomes motion. It'll turn on for you at night. You also have these throughout on the inside of the camper. So on the opposite side of the door, that's where the remotes for your jacks will be. So these are only stabilizer jacks. So as you can tell, we're going up and down with the jacks. Now, these jacks will not pick up the camper. So if your spot is off, front to back, it'll be real easy. You can use your tongue jack in the front and get that level. If your spot is off left to right, you definitely want to roll up this camper on blocks and get it level and then put these down. Do not try to get it level with these arms because they will put pressure at the same time. So if you try to put too much pressure on these, they will twist. So on the back side, on the very end, that's where your switch is going to be for the back jacks, and these will apply same as the front. So one of the other handles that's going to be in your front compartment is going to be the one for your jacks. So if something ever happened to where you had to bring them up manually, this would be the one you do. Opposite side of the motor, so that would be on the door side. You would come in with the handle, it would fit in here, and now you can jack them up or down manually. So here we have a little solar charge. What you can do is, if you do a lot of dry camping, you can buy a solar panel, plug it in, and what that does is keep your battery charged, so it'll keep all your 12-volt stuff running. Another way they like to use it is if you're gonna save it up and not plug it, you put in the solar panel, and what that do, keep your battery charged, and you can use it as a trickle charge. So in the front compartment on the other side, you're going to have a little blue hose. You're going to have a quick connect. That'll connect here, and you can use whatever you want on this side. This one has a nozzle. You could put a shower, and you'd have hot and cold water on the outside. This right here will turn on your water pump from the outside. So if you're out here and you wanted to put on the water pump, you can. On the very top you have a light that'll also have a motion sensor. On this side is where you would plug in your cable or your satellite. whichever one you're going to be using. Here would be your pass-through and your opposite side TV. So whatever you're running, that's how you would plug it in. Here you have 110 plugs. This switch here will turn on the lights on the front cap. You have an LED strip on the front cap. That's how you would do it. Here's where you're going to hook up your hose for the city water. This would be one gray pool. You're actually going to have two gray pools on this one. I'm going to show you where that's at in a minute, but you'll have one gray pool here that's going to be on the inside. This here is your black tank flush. So once you're done camping, you would take your hose from here, put it onto here, turn on your hose, and you have a wand in the black tank that will spin and flush your tank. Now whatever you're going to be doing while you're camping is how you're going to have all these switches. So if you're going dry camping and you need water in your tank because you're not going to have water where you're going, this is how you want them. So you'd set it here, turn the blue in here, black one this way, red up, green this way. Now you hook up your hose, you fill up your tank. Okay, now you're ready to camp. So you're going to set it up because you're going to be dry camping. You're going to set it up this way, and remember you're dry camping, so turn on your pump and that'll pump through the camper. If you're going to be where there's city water, there you're going to hook your hose up, now it's running through. And then same thing for winterizing and sanitizing. You just set it up and it will show you how to set up the levers and you will be good to go. So here's your hot water heater. On this model you do not have an anoid, you have a plastic plug, so you don't have to worry about checking that. This would be your pressure release. So the only time you'd really drain it is if you want to flush it out and make sure it's clean, or if you're not going to use it. If it's going to get cold, you definitely want to get the water out and make sure that it doesn't freeze. Now one very important thing about this is anytime you drain this, you want to make sure that this hot water heater is not running on electric, especially. Either one, gas or electric, will get electric. And the electric switch is on the inside, and I will show you that when we get inside. So here's where you're going to hook up your sewer hose. So you're going to hook your sewer hose up here, you're going to run it and connect it to their sewer. You're going to have a black pool here, a gray pool here, and remember you have another gray pool in the front. So once you get set up, you can pull this gray and the gray in there. That's your soapy water. It's okay to let that drain all weekend, but you don't want your black. You want to keep water in that tank, that way none of the toilet paper, anything sticks. So you're going to watch your gauge on the inside. Once you get full, you come out here, you pull the black, you let it dump, close it up, go back on the inside, put your little bit of water in the tank till you finish, then you would flush it. So this is where you hook up your 50 amp plug to the shore power. This is 50 amp, so make sure that the spot you're in has a 50 amp plug. If it's 30, you're going to have to get the adapter to go from 30 to 50, and you can only run one AC, so be careful with that. This here is going to be the back of your furnace, so if you run any heat in the winter time, this right here is going to get very hot. So make sure this cord is not in the way. You don't want to melt it, or any other chair or table, anything you have here. Another important thing that I see a lot is the kids like to get in front of this and warm up because it's cold. Just remember that's carbon monoxide, it's very dangerous. So on the back side of the camper, you have a ladder to get on the roof. It has a 300-pound max. On the top side, you are backup camera ready. So later on, or the day you purchase, if you decide to have a backup camera, you can put one on, it's wired, and it'll be ready to go. Down here on the bottom, you're going to have a spray port. So that little blue hose in the front, that's going to hook up to the shower. You can also hook it up back here and have water, but you only have cool water. You do have a hitch on this one. This is the draw tight. You slide your ball in here. There's a 300-pound max on here also. So in this model, you're going to have a little outside entertainment. So you have a TV. You're going to have two drawers for storage. So with the same tool that you're going to use to put down your jack in the front, in case something ever happens, underneath the TV you're going to see there's a hole in the frame. If you look directly underneath onto the frame, you're going to have a nut. You're going to use this underneath, you're going to put it on, and that's how you get your spare tire down if you'd ever catch a flat. So here we have the breathers for the ice box. You're going to have one on the top and one on the bottom. This is for us to work on it if we ever need to. This little tube here, you're going to notice coming out. If you ever have water coming out of here, that's okay. That's your ice box defrosting, so there's nothing to worry about. So also on the outside, next to the TV, you're going to have a little ice box. This one's going to run only on your 12 volt or electric, no propane. Next to it, you're going to have your little gas grill. How to hook it up is you're going to pull it out on the bottom. Your hose is wrapped up. It's held on. You're going to pull it down. You're going to have a quick connect. That's going to go underneath the camper, and it's going to connect to your quick connect here. Now once it's connected, you have a valve. You're going to have to turn that valve on. And what that does is, as long as that valve's on, you cannot undo this line. So you have to turn the valve off. It'll allow you to undo the line, wrap it up, and now you're ready to go. So here you have your light switch. This right here is going to run the AC in your bedroom. So this is going to be the digital thermostat. That's going to run that one. If you're going to put a TV in here, use this sticker as center of your bracket and put your screws there. Right on top would be where you're going to hook up your cable or satellite and 110 plugs. Here is your carbon monoxide. So you're going to want to check this every once in a while. This is going to run off a 9-volt battery, so you're going to want to make sure you have juice and that it's working. This is going to be air conditioned vent. This right here is your king antenna. So if you're in a spot where don't have cable, you're going to be running off of this antenna. So how you're going to work it is, you're going to press the button on this side, and you're just going to turn it till you catch the best station. You're going to stop, leave it. You don't have to worry about cranking it up or cranking it down. Now with that, this button here is your booster. So you see the green light on. If you're going to be running off just the antenna, you want to put it on. It's going to give you more power. It's going to amplify it. You'll catch better channels. If you hook up to cable and your picture's distorted on your TV, most of the time it's because you got to turn off this button. You have too much power. So in the bedroom, under the bed, you also have storage. The bed will lift up. You have storage there. Closet on each side. And on top, you're going to have manual lights on top of the bed. 110 plugs on each side, and in the middle, you have a charging port for USB, phones, whatever you need. So in the bathroom, you're going to have 2 switches. One will be your light. The other one is your fan on top. One very important thing about the bathroom is the shower glass door. Before you leave, you want to make sure that this is latched in the open position. That way once you leave, it won't slam close and break. So here in the kitchen, your stove and your microwave. Your microwave is a microwave, and it's a convectional oven also. So you can use it as a microwave or bake in it. On the stove, this is only propane, and how you're going to work it is you're going to pick which burner you want and you spark it, and it will light. You're going to turn it off. Make sure it's off, that way you have no leaks and your propane won't go off. Now your oven, the way you're going to do it is you got to put it on pilot. You're going to press and hold it. Then you're going to take a long lighter or a match, and on the inside, on this side, you're going to have a pilot light. You're going to light it here. Once you see the little blue flame, you're going to press it and keep it held for about 10 seconds and let it prime. Once you let go and that stays on, now you can put it on the temperature, bake, and then again there, make sure you turn it off, because if you leave it on pilot, the light stays lit, and if you leave, you don't want that lit while you're gone. So here we're going to have the smoke detector. That also runs on 9 volt, so you're going to want to check it periodically, make sure your battery's good. Down here is where all your fuses and breakers are going to be. So everything is labeled on your breakers and on your fuses. The good thing is you're going to have a little window right here. If you pass by and you have a little red light showing, that tells you exactly which fuse is blown. Takes all the guesswork out of that. Underneath the hutch, this is where the second thermostat's going to be. That's going to run in the living room. So that'll be the AC in your living room. This here is your max air fan. That's gonna be on top of the ice box in the kitchen. So what that does is you're gonna turn it on. That's automatically gonna turn the fan on and open the vent. To turn it off, you can also open the vent or close it without the fan on and change speeds. The good thing about the max air is if you leave this camper and you forget that max air open, if it starts raining, it has a sensor. As soon as the rain hits it, it's gonna close and you won't have to worry about the rain getting in your camper. So here in the recliners, you're gonna have light, massage, and heat. So if you hit the light, you have a light to light up the cup holder, and you're also underneath, you're gonna have a light strip. Then your massage and heat. So in the winter time, the heat comes in handy. So on the back side, your sofa is gonna make a full-size bed, so it won't be a jackknife. A lot more comfortable than the small ones. Here, you're gonna have your radio. This is gonna be your radio, your CD, and your DVD player. It's all attached to the TV already, so if you want to watch a movie, you're ready to go. TV, here is your fireplace. So this is electric. You can have just the fire on without it blowing heat. On this model, you're going to have the ice box that is electric and gas. So here you're going to have your on and off button. Once you get to your camping spot and you hook up, you're going to be on auto, but you're going to want to put a bottle on. And what that does, it allows you, if the electricity turns off at the place you're camping, the ice box will automatically switch from electric to gas, so it'll save everything. Electric will always be first, so when the electricity comes back on, it will switch back to electricity for you. And here is just how cold you want your ice box. So here's the monitor panel. On the bottom side, you have two slides on here. So this would be your slide 1 and your slide 2. This is how you bring them in and out. This here is going to be your awning light, the LED strip underneath the awning. This is the inside ceiling lights. This is the little step light on the outside. This is how you would turn the water pump on from the inside. This is going to be your hot water heater. So once you're there, you're going to plug in. This would put on the electric, or if you wanted to run gas here, or you can run both at the same time if you needed hot water faster. This will extend and retract your awning. Here is where all your gauges are. So your battery, your full, that'd be your freshwater tank, your black, which is your toilet, grade 1, and grade 2. So congratulations on the purchase of your new Reflection, and I want to say welcome to the Primeaux family.